Well, as is their rights, we hear that those who were against him at the Court of Appeal, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Mr. Peter Obi, both of PDP and LP respectively, have determined, decided, as is their right, that they're going to continue the battle. Well, but in this case, of course, they have the right to proceed to the Supreme Court. But in this case, you might have read it recently that the former Vice President, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, his lawyers are said to be ready to intensify the court battle where? In the United States of America. I think they're still backing up that tree that there was something wrong with his university attendance, Chicago State University. Okay, well, this morning we have a guest and we'll talk about that and other matters. Mr. Drojaye Ogunsoya is a public affairs analyst. Yes. Thank you very much for coming. But I guess the other thing that is of interest here is that you happened to be in that same school with him.
Yes.
Chicago State University, right?
Right.
Well, he studied accountancy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What did you study, sir?
Accounting. We were in the same department.
You were in the same accounting in the same department.
Yes. We were in the same class.
Now tell me about this, because as you know, there are those who seek to make the case that he didn't, in spite of the fact that that university has indeed provided them with evidence that, yep, he was one of our students, he took a degree in accounting, but you see, people can still go ahead and do what they will do. This is the nature of, I suppose, law and all of that. They can try. But I'm interested because one of the things we hear is that Pres.Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as he then was known, we don't know anybody who went to school with him. Well, here you are live in the studio. You actually did go to school with him.
Yes.
Now tell me about that. Did you meet in school, or were you like buddies before going into the university, the application? Tell me about that whole scenario, because it will be interesting, so to speak.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yes, we met in the school, Chicago State University, and we were in the same department, College of Accounting, Business and Administration, with a major in accounting.
Yes.
With major in accounting. And we were in the same class together, and we graduated. He did attend the university, Chicago State University, and he graduated in 1979.
Okay, as you did.
As I did.
In 1979.
Yes, so I'm here to testify that he did attend the university and he was a good student.
well, you were classmates with him, and I suppose, you know, your supervisors, your lecturers have testified to that in the certificate that was issued to him. But when you were hearing all this noise, I think is the way to put it, that, oh no, we were going to contest whether or not he went to Chicago State University. What were you thinking when you heard that?
Yeah, people were being mischievous in the first place, because he was a governor for 8 years, somebody who worked for Mobile for several years, and you're contesting that he didn't go to university. How is that possible? I cannot imagine how that is possible, that they are claiming that he didn't go to the... Sometimes the president might be embellished, you know, sometimes, but that does not mean that he didn't attend university. He did attend university. He was a governor for 8 years.
Indeed?
Yeah, in the Lagos State governor for a year. He worked for Mobile for several years. He has to do the record there for people to go and check, to confirm all these things that he did.
Yeah, you see, the interesting thing here is that I don't think anybody is contesting the fact that, as Ashwaju himself has said in recent times, I think, can't remember the venue exactly, I was a brilliant student. That's quoting him now. I was a brilliant student. But you see, nobody is contesting that he's a brilliant politician, he's a brilliant statesman, he's a leader, He's a discoverer of men and all of that. Nobody's contesting any of that because you can't. But the one that they all, the tree that these people seem to be backing up is that of you never went to the university. Now, surely it wasn't just the two of you in class. There would have been other classmates. Yes. But one of the things that we hear, not that we've heard it by way of evidence, is that we've never heard of a classmate of his anywhere. Well, here you are, live in flesh. Yes. You were there.
I was there.
Did you go to America for the sole purpose at the time of entering university, or were you, as back in those days, you might have gone earlier, maybe, I don't know, hustle guru, I think they called it, and then with that purpose in mind, go on to college. Tell me how it was for you.
I was a bona fide student.
You went to the U.S. on a student's visa?
On a student visa, okay. Yes. I first went to engineering school, aeronautical engineering.
Okay.
Then I decided, no, it's not for me. So I changed college. That's when I transferred. The beauty of it all is in America is they make it easy for everybody. It's an opportunity for anybody. You can start from the scratch and build yourself up. How do you do it? Even with high school, GED they call it. You take GED exam. Once you pass it, you can apply to any college. Either go to junior college, which is for 2 years. Then you can transfer all your credits to a 4-year college, which is, I think, that's what the president did. He first went to Richard J. College, Richard J. College, and then transfer his credit to a 4-year college in university. So my uncle, that's exactly what I didn't go to Richard J. I went to another junior college. Then I transferred to Chicago State University, and I met him there. When I met him there, one of the professors told me, "Are you from Nigeria?" I said, "Yes." "Do you know Bola?" They call it Bola. I said, "No, I don't know him." "Oh, you need to know Bola." I said, "Oh, who is Bola?" Eventually, we met, and I found out that, he's from Nigeria, and we clicked from there. Okay. And other thing is that we were a member of the accounting society. At the club there in the school.
Naturally.
When the time for election came, the president surprised me. That was the time he became the president of the club.
Okay.
Go and check it out.
The student, Pres.Tinubu,
yes,
as he was then.
He was there.
Yes.
We were even laughing at him with his accent, because we have accent.
You had done some of the Americano sort of a thing. Is that the accent you mean?
Yeah, American.
You had something of an American accent.
Well, he had Nigerian accents.
Yes.
But because of that, we were laughing at him that with this deep Nigerian accent, you want to contest for the president of. Surprisingly, he won. He became the president of the club. 1978, 79. Go check it out. Those are facts.
Yeah, but that actually speaks to something else. Because then you were saying that, well, as I remember back in the day, students, till today, we still do it. Students will be ribbing each other on one thing or the other. Yeah. And that was the case with Nigerian students over there. Because, but he still won. That now shows that he had done his own kind of networking. He had friends. He had people who knew him, because you can't be an unknown quantity, and people in your class would be voting for you to head up the class. Yeah. So he was something of I'm guessing, maybe a social person, very social and ambitious too. Even then,
he was ambitious. So, and when he won, we were laughing. I said, "Oh wow, you cannot." Sometimes you underrate him. It's to your own chagrin. Yeah. You don't. It looks like you're going to underrate him, but at the end of the day, he's going to overcome and become whatever he wants. So I'm not surprised that he has carved a niche for himself to become the president.
Okay.
Yeah, he carved a niche for himself that he became the president. Kudos to him.
Decades later, he became the governor. After that, he has now become the president. Okay, tell you what, we'll take a break now, but we'll be right back to continue with this conversation of former classmates of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now President Tinubu, Mr. Durojaye Ogunsanya, Public Affairs Analyst. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Dark marks, I've tried everything. Nivea Lumina 630 works from day one with visible results in just 2 weeks and 71% dark marks reduction in 12. Join the 1 million women already using Lumina 630 from Nivea.
Information is power, information is security, information is knowledge. On Labor Lens, we believe that working people around the world have real questions of their own. They want to know how the world of work operates, what it means to the employer of labor, how policies affect workers in the workplace. On Labor Lens, I ensure we engage effectively the organized labor, organized private sector, and government to get out of them information workers are in need of. I am Sharon Ijason, asking questions that make you get sense of the workplace.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
There is always more to a story than the screaming headline. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just a part, but the complete story. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Okay, welcome back. And our guest this morning, Mr. Durojaye Ogunsanya, Public Affairs Analyst, he actually is a classmate, a former classmate. I suppose I could say former classmate, but once a classmate, always a classmate. Yeah. There you go. You are together with now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in America, Chicago State University. And all of this is coming against the backdrop of news filtering in that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is bent on pursuing something about this in the U.S. after it has been stated repeatedly, even documentary evidence has been provided that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a student here, graduated here. In 1979, you were telling me.
Yes.
And that you were there. Now, you told me that at the first, just before we went on break, that you met up with him, right? He was there and then you met up with him. Or was it the other way around? Did he meet you?
Yeah, I met him there by semester.
Oh, okay. You met him there.
Yeah.
And this is when you were transferring from your junior college to Chicago State. With the idea, and you studied the same thing, accounting.
Yes.
You got is it a BSc or BA that they get?
Yeah, BSc, business administration, major in accounting.
There you go. And
so you give you the certificate in business and administration, but with the major in accounting.
Mm-hmm. If you don't mind my asking, we know the president's age. The president is going to be 72 in March next year, having been born in 1952. As is of public record. Were you the same age with him? Were you older than him? Were you younger than him?
We're not the same age. How he works, going to universities, you don't go with age.
I know.
People
I'm just
go,
asking this.
Yeah,
It's part of general information.
People go at different times.
That's right.
Age.
That's
Some
right.
people work for several years.
That's right.
And then go back to universities. He's older than me by 2 years.
Okay, that would make you a 1954 baby.
Yes, he's older than my 2 years. And but we have to graduate because I've taken I transferred so many credits to the universities. So that giving me opportunity.
Because you started out wanting to be a pilot, or was it just aeronautical engineering?
Engineering.
Just engineering.
Aeronautical.
Aeronautical engineering.
That's why when I left this shore, I was given a visa to study engineering, but I didn't do that so I had to transfer. Because we had to meet some requirements in America.
Of course.
To do that. So I did that and transferred to Chicago State University. So I'm a man of figure. I like mathematics.
Chicago State was the first place that you met with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as he then was, now President Tinubu. That was the first time you guys met together. You said some of your officials in the university, do you know Bola? Which Bola? And then ultimately you got to know each other.
Right.
You were classmates, but classmates aren't always necessarily friends, shall we say, even though being a classmate is your classmates for life. But so in that connection, were you friends, or did you socialize? Or
yeah, we don't socialize. We have friends.
Yes.
But he has his own crowd.
Okay.
I have my own crowd, meaning that I go with some people. He went with some people, but we intersect somewhere that we are Nigerians.
That's natural.
We know that. Yes.
I think everybody can relate to that.
Yes. That's what happened.
The mere fact that you are Nigerians, you have your own crowds, and he will have his own crowd.
Yeah, his own crowd. So that's how it works. When we graduated, I came to Nigeria briefly, and I was thinking of doing my NYC stint then. But I changed my mind. I came back to further my education. So that's why I went back to the school for my MBA. And I have the certificate here I was going to show you.
Yeah.
So I went my MBA. I believe we lost contact at that point. I think he went to work for accounting firm or something. I went to further my studies.
Okay. And
so
then there was a miss.
That's what we, yes.
Okay. Reverend Dominic, good morning to you.
Good morning, Yori. Good morning to your guest.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Yori, please, can we make progress in our nation? It's laughable to talk about educational qualification of our president. A man who worked with Chevron in those days, not today. You can work in any company to forge a certificate. For it to work Chevron in 80s and 90s, a multinational company as an accountant, how can you say he didn't go to school? That argument is, to me, dumb to me, honestly. There's something that shocked me in this tribunal, judgment. When I heard that Labour Party came with 13 witnesses, how can you come with 13 witnesses to dispute election that took place in several thousand units of Nigeria? How can you do that? I want to give you an example. When Shola took over power in Osun State, there was a man who came for that tribunal. He came with one of his hands cut off in that election. Not only he came, he was amputated, but he came with his amputated hand from mortuary to prove that this is my hand that was cut off. In election petition, you have to prove it with eyewitness. 13 witnesses cannot dispute an election. I want to say this again. Not June 12th. June 12th election, there was no contest. There was no contest between Tofa and Abiola. Abiola is a highway international man to Tofa. The only contest is the election I've witnessed in Nigeria was 2023. I've not seen a contest like that. Ask anybody, it's the best election conducted in this nation. I'm from Southeast. I can have an emotion, but the best contest election in Nigeria is 2023. Where even the party, you get this, we were angry. Me, George, my friends, allowed Yakubu. Even when the party in power was sabotaging the presidential candidate, the man stood tall. If there's any man that won election of miracle, is Senator Bola Tinubu against his own party, against his own people. That man did well. this generation, we should go forward and do something else, honestly. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dominic, for calling in. You know, because the situation seems so ludicrous to a lot of people, that how can the man be, you know, a lone ranger like that? Nobody knows about him. Well, that's just, people can say what they will. You were in school with him. I don't imagine you were the only Nigerian. I mentioned that before. Were there other Nigerians in that particular school, or, you know?
Yeah, oh yes, there are so many Nigerians. In fact, one of his friends, so close to him, is an Igbo guy. His name is if I'm correct, Romanus. I've forgotten the last name.
You remember the first name?
I know,
Romanus.
Yeah, Romanus Ozumbad or something like that. I know his contact in America. If they want to see him, yeah.
You know, there will be people that will say...
He became a lecturer.
Indeed. We just, since we stumbled on you, we thought that, that will be very interesting to bring you on, because a lot of people might be of the notion that, why are you even talking about this? Why are you deigning this? Why are you putting any sort of dignity on this? Well, it's not, it's just a matter of, people can say what they want, but then the truth, nothing changes the truth. Okay. And so here we are. You were saying that there were other Nigerians, but before we continue, good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori, and good morning to your guest.
Good morning.
Who is also an alumnus of Chicago State University.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm happy that you have brought somebody who is a living witness. Reverend Dominic has already said some of the things I wanted to say, Uncle Yori. But let me just add this. I do not know the reason why those two people are going on a wild goose chase.
A wild goose chase.
If the judgment that was given says that issues of qualifications for election are pre-election matters, and that the court does not have time for that because the time for that is over. So let us even take it for granted that what they are pursuing in the U.S. today, it falls under the category of qualification for an election. Our Constitution says that if you have an attempted school search, that you are qualified to contest as the president. So even if his degree is forfeit, he still has his secondary education that qualifies him for the election. Why are people, and these are people who are being advised by senior advocates of Nigeria. I think that privilege of stand that is being given to some lawyers should voluntarily strip themselves of that title, because to me, some of them do not deserve it. They are bringing disgrace to those lawyers that deserve it. How do you sit in a court and allow this type of disgraceful outing for both yourself and your client? Look at the evidence that they produced. There is nothing they have shown to say that they actually won the election. You don't have evidence and you went to court, paid millions to several funds, 67 funds on the side of these two contestants, Uncle Yori. 67 funds sat down there hoping to win without bringing evidence to the court. What kind of country is this?
Indeed. Well, thank you very much, Mr. George. Well, it might be ludicrous. It might sound ludicrous to some, but the law is the law, and they are allowed, as it were. It might be vexatious to a number of people, but are they allowed? Of course, they are allowed, and I'm sure President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will be of that notion to say, let them continue, let them try. I mean, as I said, if you're barking up a tree when there's nothing in there, it's a matter of patience. We shall get there. So before I had to take that call, you were saying that there were other... By the way, you left here, since you started off, you graduated in 79, was it? Or you left for the US?
No, we graduated in 79.
So
but after my education.
Yes, so you left after, as was often done in those days, it was either with your school certificate or your advanced level.
Oh yes, with my school certificate, yes.
Yes.
I went with my school certificate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I left this show in 1975. to further my education.
Okay, but you went secondary school mates. What was your secondary school?
I went to Adiolojitola College.
Oh, okay, Jebode.
Yes.
Jebode.
My primary education, St. Peter's Primary School, Lagos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I went to secondary school, Jebode, Adiolojitola College, Jebode. Then transferred to, then went US for further education, you know. I was moved when the contestant, Atiku, filed a motion in America.
Okay.
That's why I'm coming out.
Oh, okay.
That's why I come out. Okay. I was moved.
Because I was
infuriated.
Okay.
Yeah, why again? But it's campaign after the election. It's after the election. It's after the fact. Why do you need to go over there?
And as you have just heard somebody calling and say, these are even pre-election matters. Yeah. But
I think they're looking for a backdoor way to get in.
Well,
other than that, why would you go and file suit after the election?
Indeed, and after it has been,
he has been declared the winner.
He has been declared the winner. It's been decided upon at the Court of Appeal. Some people want to go to the Supreme Court. They're welcome by all means. But somebody's called in from who's the?
From Ikorodu.
Festus. Good morning, Festus in Ikorodu.
Morning, yes, my name is Festus from Ikorodu.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for your show. What I want to say is that this election has come and gone. There is no amount of argument that will change whatever that is happening now. So my point is this. Our president should help us. People are suffering. So let us leave the issue of going to court tomorrow, they go to court next tomorrow. We have passed that stage. This is time for governance. Nigerians want to see good governance. So I'm an obedient man. I'm a Labour Party supporter. I supported Obi, but a winner has been declared. And what we want, whoever that wins, we want good governance. Nigerians want
well, Tinubu has won.
Yes, Tinubu has won. So we are pleading to the Mr. President. People are seeing IDP camps. He should help us.
Okay.
People are still suffering. He should help us. People, hunger is in the country. He should help us. That is what we want now.
Okay, Festus.
That is what we want now. Not issue of court and court and court. Everybody should support him. Let's move forward.
Okay. Thank you very much, Festus, in Ikorodu, for calling in. We'll go on another break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
There is always more to a story than the screaming headline. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just a part, but the complete story. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Politics is defined as getting what, where, when, and how. But in the mix, many things come to play to shape the political fortune of any country.
Honorable Minister, that's how you misinform the public.
From the political actors to the electorate, campaign to voting, from debates to policy decisions, big events happen to engage us in constant conversation.
That's what we're looking for. Not some people who are talking about ethnicity. No.
Who is on your mind?
Don't worry.
Join me every day on Politics Tonight, where we dissect issues that shape our political destiny. Politics Tonight, weekdays on TVC News.
Okay, welcome back. Our guest is Mr. Drojayo Gunsoya, public affairs analyst this morning, but a classmate of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu back in the late 70s when he was a student at Chicago State University. In the meantime, Yakub has called in. Good morning, Mr. Yakub.
Yeah, good morning, Buhari.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. George has said it all. But for me, I don't blame those, I don't blame the lawyers. You know, that's their job. And then they were also looking for cash. Because to me, even before now, anybody that can be able to sit down at least like 6 hours or 8 hours during that judgment speech, you will know that truly this guy does not have case to prove anywhere. You see, those judges are so, especially the woman among them, so brutal about deliver.
Okay, well, thank you very much. You know, we know what you were going to say. There was only one lady among the lordships there. Okay, now, you lost touch with your classmate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as he then was known, now President Tinubu.
Yes.
Have you been in contact with him? I mean, he's your classmate. He became the governor of Lagos State. Did you approach him, or did you, just hold your peace?
I just hold my peace. He did well for himself. I do well for myself.
Yes.
But he's in the limelight. I did not curry any favor.
Okay.
So there is no need for. I'm a privileged Nigerian. I can go anywhere in the world without visa. Nobody can stop me.
Okay.
I'm a privileged Nigerian. So I'm not that nobody.
So you didn't really feel there was a need to ask any
favors?
Yeah,
I don't.
So you never approached him in that sense. My classmate is the governor.
Yes.
Not to mention that now that my classmate is the president. You know how people have
this
attitude, but that wasn't your style.
No, even when he usually come to Chicago, I know he's Hangout in Chicago. I know he's Hangout.
Okay.
Whenever he's in town, I hear about it. I could have used the opportunity to see him.
But why on earth didn't you? It's just not your style.
No,
you didn't need anything.
I don't.
You have all you need, and
God has blessed me.
God
and thank God. And I'm a fisher of man. I'm an evangelist. I prefer to stay that way.
Okay. Mr. Ibrahim in Minna. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Yori. It's my pleasure being with you this morning. And I think as Nigerians, we are flogging issues. And we are tending not to understand the tenets and the rules of democracy. And democracy is about majority. And if we are thinking that there is a way we can come through the corner, that will not work. If we are talking about certificate, if Tinubu has no certificate and he can come to this level, then I don't need certificate, because he has clearly demonstrated that he's knowledgeable, he's wise, he understands, he knows what he's doing. You can never get a perfect man. He has built his career over the years, and if somebody is now somebody who is now coming around to say because this man has no certificate, what kind of certificate do you need to run election? Is it not secondary school? And not just secondary school, and it's equivalent. He's spoken English alone is not equivalent. What exactly are they looking for? That he has not to become an accountant in a mobile or distance. So it's absurd that these people are on commercial politicians, and they are people sponsoring them. I mean, they are making money from it. Otherwise, I cannot see them pursuing goals. And even the lawyers, you cannot blame the lawyers. That's their business. They have to equally make their money, because I can't see you go to court without holding evidence that is substantial, without coming out to say this is where election was rigged. And I was particularly happy that this election, the tribunal came out in a manner that if you are in doubt, you saw you heard. If you did not see, but you heard the tribunal. They did things in detail in such a manner that everybody should just go and sit down. Now, Nigeria has a lot of challenges. I think we should collectively face that challenge to see how Nigeria can become a better country. Whether we like it or not, it is still one person that is going to be the president of this country. It cannot be two. Let them be a sportsman and accept defeat. And this defeat, this man worked for this. He worked for this election. And even from the beginning, I told myself that there are two people contesting for this election, Tinubu and Atiku. So any other person that come do it is just by way of emotion and right, that he has right to contest, and he did that. He should allow peace. Everybody should allow peace to reign. We have a lot of challenges. We have a lot of our youth unemployed. We have so many things that are troubling this country. So let us forget about who win, who did not win. They should go and prepare, defining the shortcomings of this government. That's what opposition party is expected to do. Put this government on their toes, see where in the next 4 years, if they don't do well, Nigeria is becoming white. People are becoming white. They know what to do. And let us see how best we can improve our electoral law, which we will continue to update, and see how best we can get election. I think in the whole of Africa, except South Africa, I don't know. In the whole of Africa, Nigeria's election keep on improving every day. Please, Nigerian youth, everybody, politicians, particularly, should give peace a chance. Let Nigeria focus on development, on peace, on progress.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling in. As one of the justices at the presidential election tribunal was saying, there seemed to be a fixation on the idea that whoever they were, had won this election. No proof, no evidence. That which was presented, their lordships determined, was not just defective, but badly defective. So badly defective that I think one justice, the Justice Monsurat, said when she was speaking that they alleged, but they couldn't back up their allegations with any form of proof whatsoever. No evidence. Did they want us to go to, I mean, it got as bad as that. I mean, she must have been angry. Did they want us to go to the marketplace to go and look for evidence for them? But you were saying that you decided to come out, finally, having sort of been disciplined about it. You didn't approach him when he was governor. You didn't seek to see him. But by the way, do you think he will remember you? Because I'm trying to think back myself now to all those guys we were in college together, go back all those years. And yeah, one will know a sizable number of them. But there will be some that you will be ashamed to say that, oh dear, because you people have something called a yearbook over there. I don't know if it applies in colleges as well. So you people are able to refresh your memories. But I just wanted to know, do you think he recalls you?
I don't know. Memory is a funny thing, you know.
Okay.
People remember things differently.
Okay.
I've met some people that I work with 12 years ago. They don't remember me. 12 years ago. Yeah. You have to say, then they recall.
Yes, yes.
So that's memory.
Okay.
Yeah,
but especially as you never even attempted.
No, I did not.
Well, I don't know.
There's some certain things I will tell him.
Yes.
That will remind me. I say, oh, you're a bad boy.
Yeah.
I can't say it. I say, oh, you're a bad boy. That when I tell him, he will remember.
Yes. But you say you just decided, or you came out now because of a sense of outrage that you had. That is, I was building the the premise that you didn't approach him when he was governor. And I imagine you certainly haven't done so now that he's president.
No.
But you were outraged, were you? Is that what now made you?
Yes, I was moved.
Look, if you guys want me, I'm going to come. I can only tell you what I know, where I was, and where he was, and where I was beside him. That much. There's someone else on the line. Mohammed in Abuja. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Uncle Larry. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Very well, thank you.
Good morning, sir. I greet you again.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. I think we're taking his case to America. Does that change the ruling in Nigeria? Because this judgment that was given by tribunal, everybody, every individual applauded that judgment. Even the opposition, they say they have never had a judgment like this in their life. This is the best judgment ever so far has given. So going to America to give you judgment to come and be president in Nigeria or what? I don't understand. What does he mean by that? Because according to our constitution, for you to be qualified to be a president, if you can read and write, you can speak good English, you are okay. You don't need any certificate. According to constitution, Nigerian constitution. So I don't know which certificate are they talking about. Because in the constitution now, there is no any provision that says that you must have a degree before you become a president. You must have a degree before you become a vice president.
Yes. I think the minimum is a school living certificate.
There is a secondary school certificate. And then with your experience too is listed there. And then if you can speak good English, that is what is there in the constitution. So I see no reason of people struggling like the man in Mina. He said that we have many challenges. Let them come together, join hands, and then make Nigeria good. That's all. Let them wait for another time.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed, calling in from Abuja. And as has been pointed out, and as is well known, even before it was pointed out here, these kind of issues that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, it's his right so to do if he wants, and he has the funds, the wherewithal, he has lawyers who will, assist him. If he wants to go to America and begin to pursue some other aspects to the case, it's his right so to do. But as Mr. Mohammed just asked there, so let us even grant, without conceding, that premise. How does it even change anything? Because I think it was Mr. George who first pointed it out, what most people know, that these are pre-election matters anyhow. But, you decided to come out
right,
because you felt, well, now, even if you can't remember, you will remember him. You know the Yoruba people say, Egun money or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Exactly.
It's
in the limelight.
Yes, the masquerade knows everybody, but not everybody knows who is behind the masquerade.
Right.
So, but now I'm afraid, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as he then was, now President Tinubu, he now knows you. But so you don't have an aversion. It's not as if I don't want to meet with him or anything like that. It's just that you weren't going to make the effort because there was no need.
There was no need. Like I said, memory is a funny thing. I'm not doing it for any other reason other than because.
Did anybody contact you and say, no, look, go on there and speak for me? Did that happen?
If I may use Bola Ahmed Tinubu's language, when he was in Abeokuta, I believe, I did.
Okay.
I've never begged Bola Tinubu for anything.
Just like he never begged anybody
for anything. Me toro gari lowe. Me toro anything lowe. So I just came I had to do the needful to set the record straight that he did attend Chicago State University and he graduated at University in 1979, June. I attest to it, and I have my diploma certificate here for the world to see, if they want to see, to prove that we were there together. So I'm a living witness. That's why I do it. I'm not doing it for any favor. I never call it favor.
You actually came along with, a copy of your diploma.
Yes, that's why I came with my diploma for the world to see. Chicago State University diploma. I have so many certificates,
but that one, that particular
one, I have it here.
And, okay, I believe they're trying to tell me that someone else is on the line. Is that what? Miriam in Abuja, good morning to you, ma'am.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, I don't think we should overflog Tinubu's academic records issue. The tribunal has spoken. He has been cleared. And I don't think there's any issue with that. What we are faced with now is governance. Please let the president face that issue. We need good governance. We voted for him. He got the majority vote. We voted for him. Now is the time for him to have good governance. That is all. Please, we should leave this issue of whether he went to Chicago University or he went anywhere. Let us just face the issue on ground now, which is the issue of good governance. Let him bring El-Rufai on board, please.
Indeed.
Let him bring El-Rufai on board, please. Let us know that he is serious.
I can't hear you, but I imagine what you are saying is that these are not important issues. I think she's saying, because we can't hear.
I barely can hear. Let me say here and now that it's not over. We still have one more hurdle to cross, and that's the Supreme Court. Because they still have to go to the Supreme Court. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. You never know. That's why I don't know what Atiku has that he's making that move to get the certificate. Maybe somebody assure him something, or I don't know. But the election is not over until Supreme Court decides.
Since they've taken it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, since they've taken it there until they decide. Anything could happen. So you don't assume that it's not over. So what it does is it distracts the governor or the president from doing the job that we elect him to do. It's a distraction.
Well,
it could because
indeed.
Yeah,
that is if he could be distracted. Yeah, but then again, knowing Tinubu, and I mean, he's so sure. Just like you are so sure. That's why you decided to stand up and be counted. Say, look, I'm going over there because I can make these assertions because I was there. Yes. We were in the same lecture room or whatever it is. So to now be hearing people saying that this man wasn't there. But as people have said, I think Madam Miriam there is the second or third to say so. These are hardly important matters to us here in the sense that they're not even matters that can take you anywhere. These things have been determined. They are pre-election matters. They should have, I mean, INEC has been satisfied. INEC has properly, in their book, declared him the winner. Yeah. They are contesting this. It is their right so to do. And as the Democrat that Tinubu is, he's going to watch all of that. He's not going to do anything. He can't even do anything by law anyway to prevent them. But what some people have also expressed a bit of surprise about is that all the way off in America, all the way over in America, that is the one that you are now going to investigate. And what are you going to do with that, by the way? What the jurisdiction between there and here? I understand that Mr. Folorenshaw is on the line. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thanks you.
Yeah. Yes, I just want to plead that please try to bring more people. More people. I want you to bring more people like this, your guests, to come on your statement like this, to come and tell the whole Nigeria that what they are carrying all along is not. They said there's no evidence. This is one of evidence.
What do you even think of it? I mean, that somebody is going over to America to be waging this kind of a campaign about us here in Nigeria and our president here in Nigeria. What does it say to you?
So that one is, to me, is relevant because they have their own law, here. There's nothing you want to do there to come and disprove what they've done here. Even though they win that case there, let us assume you win the case over there. There's nothing you cannot change what already happened here. You should know that. So it's a thing of time.
Indeed.
Probably they have the money they want to waste anyway. Okay. But what I want to know is that since we have been talking about this thing, we've not had a guest like this to come and say, I'm his mate in Chicago University. And our guest mentioned that he has another people. Try to get in touch with them, please, and bring them.
Okay.
So that you all this case to rest.
Indeed. Finally. Thank you very much. Because, as Mr. Ogunsanya did say, it's not as if he and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the student, were the only Nigerians there then. So exactly, if it's just that if you tell enough lies, as they say, if you tell enough lies, then if you're not careful, some of it will stick. Yes. And because it clearly is a lie that he didn't attend Chicago State University. You are sitting there live. This is not AI. You are flesh and blood.
Yes, sir.
So, but there are those that will pursue a matter up to any kind of extent. And well, in as much as you have the wherewithal, I suppose you can do so.
Yeah, let me say this.
Sure.
And I hope Nigerians will put this to rest, that he didn't attend Chicago State University. That's why I'm here, to tell the whole world that he did attend and he graduated.
Because, and the only way you know that is that you were there too.
I was there, and I have the evidence here and now to show. But I think what the Atiku team, what they are doing, try to do is they want to find fraud.
They want to find fault?
Fraud.
Okay,
fraud. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's their intention.
Well,
to find fraud. That indeed, he fraudulently obtained this certificate.
You know,
that's why they go to that extent. But I'm telling them that it is wrong. It's uncalled for.
Okay.
You can still withdraw your this thing.
Okay.
Let's work together.
Okay. Good morning, Ada, calling in from Jos.
Good morning, Mr. Yori. Good morning, Mr. Durojaye. It's Ada Uno calling from Jos.
Good morning.
Your guest has hit the nail on the head. Exactly what he said now about trying to find out fraud or perjury. Maybe that's why I think he's going to America. Because when I tuned on my television and was watching Yori, and I saw this topic about Tinubu certificate, I switched it off. Then I said, okay, let me put it on again because I was getting sick. I'm tired of this. It's overflowed, then I said maybe it's federal or whatever, but no matter what it is, that money he's got, as an educationist, that money has gone there, to spend. Why can't he channel it and get our children back to school? I'm telling you, we're going to have a very national disaster, with all this increase in charges, starting from Unity School, which is under the purview of the federal government. Most parents cannot send their children.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry we lost the rest of it, but thank you very much for calling in, Ada. And I suppose the key point to all of this is that, well, let them continue. They're going to be continuing. But if Tinubu could be distracted, then this would have been of service to them. But clearly, anybody knows that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot be distracted by all of this. Let them continue, as is their right to do. And at the end of the day, all of this shall be cleared up. I want to thank you very much, Mr. Durojaye Ogunsanya, for coming on. I was asking you that, how are you better known? Because Durojaye is one of those names that you hardly call. I said, was it Duro or was it Jaye?
Yeah, Duro, you can call me Duro, yes.
But people know you as Duro.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
Our pleasure as well for having you.
Thank you.
Okay, then we're going to have to leave it here for now. That's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.
It's the Premier League all on DSTV. All the goals, all the clashes, all the moments. All of Rashford, Salah, and Saka. Their start is getting all in the language of your choice. All in HD. Available on all this bouquet to choose from. To watch on all these devices. Stay connected for all the action. Get DSTV with an HD decoder. Plus dish plus 1 month confirmed for 18,500 Naira. It's the Premier League. All on DSTV.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Do you spend the night trying to get comfortable? Your knees rub bone on bone. Your back and hips ache. You wake up in pain? Not anymore. ShopX TV is proud to introduce the Contour Legacy Pillow, the patented, ergonomically designed tapered leg pillow that naturally fits the contours of your legs, knees and thighs to help align your spine and alleviate pain. Watch, when you sleep on your side, your leg falls forward, twisting your pelvis and lower back, putting pressure on your spine, hip and sciatic. But the Contour Legacy Pillow cushions your knees and cradles your legs, relieving stress on joints while restoring your lower back alignment. Sleeping on your side, your leg comes over and puts you out of alignment, causing lower back pain, hip pain, even knee pain. By using the Contour Legacy Pillow, it restores the natural alignment of the spine, helping to alleviate pain and pressure, leading to much more restful sleep. Old-fashioned leg pillows are bulky, but the anatomical design of the Legacy pillow fits perfectly the shape of your body the way nature intended. You can even use two together for full leg alignment. Legacy pillow is exclusively ventilated, so it always stays cool and dry. With top crescent design, it cuddles up to you perfectly and easily moves with you. Ordinary pillows go flat, but the Legacy pillow is made up of soft memory foam, so it never loses its shape and the cover is machine washable. The Contour Legacy pillow is now available in Nigeria, exclusively from ShopX TV. You could be paying up to 500,000 naira for an orthopedic bed that doesn't properly support your spine, but call the number on your screen now and get 2 Contour Legacy pillows for just 69,900 naira and get relief from back and hip issues. But wait, if you call now, we'll give you 2 free Contour Cool Gel head pillows at no extra charge. Incredible! All for just 69,900 naira. And that's not all. Place your order now and we'll deliver to you with no shipping charge. That's free delivery across Nigeria. But hurry, this is an exclusive ShopX TV offer and only available for a limited period. So, call now while stock lasts. Your rest is your wealth.
The proceeding was a paid presentation brought to you by ShopX TV.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV station of the year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Muhammad Ali was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky on January 17, 1942. His birth name was Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. He began training as an amateur boxer at age 12, and at 18 he won a gold medal in the light heavyweight division at the 1960 Summer Olympics and turned professional later that year. In his early years as a professional, Clay was more highly regarded for his charm and personality than for his ring skills. He sought to raise public interest in his fights by reading childlike poetry and spouting self-descriptive phrases like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. On February 25, 1964.
We're interrupting this program to bring you a live telecast. Our regular programs will continue shortly. Please stay tuned.
Cameramen and security operatives, please, you make your way out of the VIP tent. Thank you. The national anthem. remain standing, be I invited to take the opening prayer. Reverend Canon Godwill A. Samuel.
Let us pray. Our faithful God in heaven, we thank you for a day like this. Father, we are most grateful to you. And more joyfully is the fact that the good people of Rum Olumini, the people of Obiakbo, and the people of the state